would go, no, you can't do it.
Okay,
Which you
so,
did.
well, okay, so
Correct?
which is, so I think the city of Nelson is responsible for the content of their website
Correct.
regarding to people who are investing and doing
Correct.
business in their
So
town.
you would have thought, oh, I can do it, and then you would have come in here and you would have realized you can't do it, which is exactly what happened.
No, I disagree. I think that I think that there's a legal obligation of the city of Nelson if they post laws and rules
Mhm.
on their website for those laws and rules to be valid laws and rules. And if they're not, and people make investments based on the research.
So did you have a long-term tenant that came in and said, I want to do
Yes.
short-term rental?
Yes.
You did?
Yes. I've
Who?
had series of, just recently it was Jasmine Foley. When this was up, Jasmine
Mhm.
Foley was living with me,
Okay.
right? Now she's gone off to Australia.
And so she came in and applied for a short-term rental?
No, they wouldn't let us.
But you came in and you asked to do
Yes,
that?
we came in, I said, I have somebody, I showed them Jasmine Foley's contract.
Hmm.
I said, I have this contract, I wanna do this thing, and they said no.
Okay.
So, anyway, so where are we at? If I fill out these two forms, I'll have a short-term rental, license that's good till January,
Yes.
or, okay,
End of December.
end of December, and then I have to reapply.
And so the thing that you need to pay attention to is the December thing,
Right,
right?
Which
So
is
it's-
fine.
So I'm going to give you a copy of this,
which is,
the bylaw,
mm-hmm,
and just make sure that you come in for, it's in here, so you just want to read it. It says you need to come in for December 15th, so do that.
I'll come in next week with a check. Before December, I'm perfectly happy to do that. I'll do it for the next 3 years. That's
Okay,
fine.
so we're in, where are we? We're August right now, so are you going to come in and do a short-term rental for the rest of the year?
Well, I don't know, because.
Because now you're gonna have to pay the fee, and then you're gonna have to pay another fee for
Right,
next year.
and I have to get my websites put back up. It's gonna be 20 hours of administration. All my websites have been taken down.
Mhm.
I've gotta administer someone, I've gotta hire somebody to do new web administration, put all those things on.
Mhm.
My going concern for the last years, people have been booking for winter. I've missed all those rentals.
Mhm.
There's a huge amount of business that I've lost, so I don't know how I will set it up, but I wanna have the option of
Okay.
turning it back into a grandfathered short-term rental without parking for the rest of my ownership of my thing, as long
Right.
as I pay my bill.
Yep.
What I do with it or how I rent it out, I can't be sure yet, because I have to configure, and I leave for Turkey on the 6th.
Of September?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's pretty hard to get my life organized in 3 weeks, which is why I'm in here
Yeah,
pushing it.
I hear you, okay.
So, this website has been changed, or does it still say this on the website? With regard to the short-term rental?
I don't know if it's
Because
still there.
if, you know,
Well, how did you access it?
I copied it. And it's
You
a
copied it,
screensaver. I took a
okay.
copy of it to say, because they said the website doesn't say that, and I was like, yes, it does. It says this. And they're like, well, it's wrong, and I'm like, well, I think that.
I think it's gone.
What?
I think it's gone. I hope it's gone.
Well, it's at str.nelson.ca
Yeah, so just go to it
overview.
and see, can you get online here?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm not on your Wi-Fi.
So here's the things you get out of with grandfathering. The payment of the deposit, so the $500 deposit. Typically, we would cancel the license if you change property ownership. So if someone else bought your property, they don't just automatically get grandfathered under your existing business license. They would have to apply themselves.
So if grandfather, it doesn't happen that
Mhm.
way. It does.
No, if you're grandfathered, you are exempt from the cancellation of
So
the
I can
license.
sell it as a going concern.
Clearly, pursuant to a change in property ownership. So, and the third one is the requirement for the owner-operator to list the license number, parking spaces, and max guest occupancy on the advertising. So you don't have to do that either.
Fantastic. I'll
Yeah.
take a copy of all that.
Yeah, so that's in the business license bylaw. So tell me, what I don't understand then is, have you ever filled out a business license application form?
Obviously, because I've had a business license since 2013.
No, this is a new form.
No, I have not. They have not allowed me to.
Okay, so you want to get one of those today as well?
Yep, we'll fill it out right now. That'd be great.
So you're gonna apply right now? Is that what you're
Sure.
saying? You can just take this home. You don't need to apply if you're not gonna do it, right?
Well, I'm probably gonna do it. I just need to think about it. I'm
Yeah, go home
overwhelmed
and
with
think about it.
information,
Okay.
and I don't,
Yeah.
this is, what are you gonna do with your life savings, dear?
What am I gonna do with mine?
Well,
Do you have any? That's the question.
You can make yours back in a month.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
There you go. Okay, so we're gonna get those two pieces.
is
Is there
so sadly
anything else
true.
that we wanna talk about?
That's it, I think, unless there's something you need to talk to me about. Is there anything I need to know as a property owner?
No. else you need to know? I don't think so.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
great.
that's
Thank
it.
you for your time, and thank you for
Yes.
letting me record this, because it helps me
Yep,
remember
you
exactly
bet.
what was
Thanks
said.
for coming in.
Mm.
Let's finally get this thing resolved. 'Cause this has been going on for quite some time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a year now. It'll be a year next month.
Is that it? Feels like it's
Yeah.
been longer.
Well, no.
No?
No, I've been asking you guys to dig for a long, long time. I got no response.
Huh. Alright, so I'm gonna go print you off the business license bylaw.
And I have one more question, which is, if someone has a business license and they're doing something against the license, which could cause their license to be revoked as a business in this town,
Yeah, correct.
do they get any warning? Is there any notification, or can you as a business, as a licensed, just decide to remove a thing because you feel there's a valid reason?
Typically, we would send out a letter and say, here's your confirmation, and, you know, here's 2 or 3 weeks to resolve it, or you'll be fined.
And I never received any of those.
Really?
Never at all, for anything.
But no one took your license away, they just said you can't reapply. We can't give you one. So like, no one came in the middle of
But there
2012
was-
and said, we're taking your license away.
But they said we won't give you one based on the fact that they said I didn't comply. But there
Which
was
you
never,
didn't.
but there was never a warning or a letter that said, Lisa, you're not complying.
Right,
There was no notification, it was
Right.
just a mystery,
yeah.
right, which
Yeah.
has cost me 7 months.
Again, those are, you only get a license, business license for a year, correct? So that's all we're liable for.
I got it.
Okay.
This year, that's cool. 1 year of rental, I'll take that. That'll just cover my taxes for what, 20 years?
So my point is that we didn't take your license away in the middle of the year,
Right?
right? We just didn't give you a new one for 2017.
All right, I understand
Yeah,
that's
you
your
know what
point
I
of
mean?
view.
Okay.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
that if you were in my position, you could see my point of view completely.